Rap City. Xzibit and I have been bonding, man. We've been hanging out here on these jet skis all day, Marina Del Rey.
Right. Now, having a ball, right?
Yo, off the hook. Don't be jealous, y'all. Don't be jealous.
Catching some sun, that California style.
This is how we do Rap City style for the new season.
Sure.
Now, we've been talking about his mom, who unfortunately passed a couple of years ago.
Man,
you?
I was like 13, 14 years
13,
ago.
14. Rest in peace. But see, I know she's looking down on you now.
Bless her.
My baby, my baby.
Yeah, she's still seeing it.
Now, your mom was a writer. What kind of writer was she?
She was actually an elementary school teacher. She wrote like a couple books of poetry that got published. Actually, one of her books was required studies in, you know what I'm saying, one of these colleges. I forget the name.
Right. But what did you learn from her? Were you, like, very close to her writing, and did she read to you a lot, and did you start writing yourself?
Well, yeah, she was very involved in my education early on, but, you know what I'm saying, like I said, she passed when I was like 9. So, you know, after that, I think, you know what I'm saying, like genetically, her writing skills or her comprehension kind of came on to me. You know
right.
But
did it start to mean more after she passed?
Yeah, definitely. You know what I'm saying? Once I started writing rhymes and stuff, I immediately saw the connection. So, you know, it was all great. You know, I'm thankful for my blessing.
Okay. Now, how did her death kind of shape the person that you are now? And the lyrics that we hear in your music? I
don't know. Just basically growing out without one of your parents, you know what I'm saying, basically has the same effect on a lot of cats, you know what I'm saying, some of the same effects. But I don't know. I can't really pinpoint spot by spot where, you know what I'm saying, her death affected me. But I know growing up with my father and then the step-family arrangement and watching that fall apart let me know that, you know what I'm saying, when it's time for me to form my family, that it's, you know, it's got to be a tight family unit for both the mother and the father.
Okay, and I know that you have a son who is like your pride and joy.
Yeah, that's my dog.
What is he, 3 now?
Everything. He's 3, little Trey. You know what I'm saying? What's up?
We should have got him a little baby jet ski too. He could have been in the back.
No, he would have been out of here.
Wilding now. Now, does he listen to your music, or do you let him listen to your music?
Well, actually, he don't even understand. He's not even interested right now. He just hears the beats and he vibes, and you know, he's not really interested.
Because I know some 3-year-olds who will curse you out, who will read you your rights.
We keep it down around the little one too. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when the homies come through, if he's playing in the living room or something, you know. Darn.
Right. Shucks. Okay. Now, since your mom wrote poetry, would you consider yourself to be a poet too, since you are a lyricist?
I'm definitely a poet. I'd rather be called a poet instead of a prophet. Even though I write about real subjects, you know what I'm saying, it's all poetry because it's difficult to take, you know what I'm saying, certain things in real life instances and then put it into, you know what I'm saying, rhymes and words, you know what I'm saying, rhymes and words that match up and, you know what I'm saying, make sense together.
Okay. What was the motivation behind this album? You know, along the lines of the subjects you talked about and the names of your songs.
40 Days and 40 Nights is like my second child, you know what I'm saying? Me and Sir Jinx got together and we really decided to get some real concepts going into the album. Because the first album I felt was real personal.
Right.
It had a lot of, you know what I'm saying, personal songs in there about my son, about, you know what I'm saying, Carried Away, you know what I'm saying, about me coming up and stuff. That was kind of like my introduction to the hip-hop game. Like, if I can consolidate everybody in the hip-hop world and put them into one person and sit them in the table, that's exactly how I would have introduced myself.
Right.
I feel like the At the Speed of Life was a real success for me. So, you know what I'm saying, this album came to, we had to be more conceptual. We had to get, you know what I'm saying, like, okay, everybody know you can bust, but let's get some songs going on. Let's get something that people can really relate to, or people can play and feel the hook, or follow you in a different path besides just, You know what I'm saying, attacking the mic every time, so.
He got the only voice, y'all. Don't sleep, for real. I'm telling you, you need to be doing commercials, everything.
Now, you gotta excuse me, I'm a little hoarse, because we just did a show.
Sexy, ladies, it's sexy. I'm not just saying that because I'm in the back and I don't want him to put me in the water. I'm telling you, for real.
Yeah.
We gotta talk about him on this big punch on it. Yo, how you doing, y'all? My name is Bonita Anderson. This is Xzibit, and this is Ghetto Bay Watch, y'all. Right?
Black David Hasselhoff.
You know what I'm saying? Hey there. All right, Rap City. It's Laz and Xzibit, 902 Ghetto. Thought you knew. Speaking of zip codes, man, where haven't you lived? We got what? Albuquerque, New Mexico, Detroit. Is Arizona in there?
Nah.
No Arizona.
Just New Mexico and Detroit. And, you know, I came out here after that, and I've been here ever since. So, yeah, you know what what I'm saying, the homies put me on out here, so I got to throw up that W, you know what I'm saying?
Now, being worldly, being experienced, been around the world and
Hey, thanks to Germany, we got a gold single out there, you know what I'm saying?
Germany's throwing Jay for being up on it.
Definitely.
We got to get to Germany. I tend to see it, Rap City in Germany. Nevertheless, how has having all these zip codes enhanced your style?
Well, actually, just living in different places, you kind of, you know what I'm saying, like different type of music. You know what I'm saying, just visiting different places, you always pick up a little something and take it back with you, whether it be slang, or whether it be a style, or whether it be a clothes or a dance. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's just part of the culture. Hip-hop is just picking up your surroundings and making something out of it.
Now that you can throw up your W, do you get a lot of criticism for not being your typical West Coast flavor?
No, I think a lot of people are interested in hearing what the West has to offer as far as different stuff. You know what I'm saying? We got, you know, the legendary cast that came out, the Q's, the NWAs, the Eazy-E's, Above the Law, just the OG homies, E40, you know what I'm saying? Just everybody from the West that really put a mark down and changed the influence of music like Puff did, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt.
So, you know, my man Sir Jinx came into the album and, you know, it just brought that experience, and people don't trip off how I sound. They just, you know what I'm saying, glad that I'm representing to the fullest like that.
But you got some of the most butter collabs on this album. You got something with, what, you and King T right here?
Yeah, me and King T, me, J.O. Felony, and Method Man. Hey, we dropping in August, baby.
Alright.
And then, you know, we got Jesse West on there who produced the first single, What You See Is What You Get.
Third Eye.
Definitely. And then we got, you know what I'm saying, the kid called Roots did some production. Chris the Glove came in and did some production. You know what I'm saying, my man Montage One, he did some production on there. We just got a lot of cats that really enjoy, you know what I'm saying, doing hip-hop as well as, you know what I'm saying, performing it.
Did you change your recipe, though, from the
Yeah, but hey, I can't forget one cat.
Who that?
My man Butter produced the cut called Steve on there, yeah. From, you know what I'm saying, he produced Bow Down and a whole lot of other stuff that, you know, just platinum all over the place.
Right. But did you change up your recipe from the first album to this one?
Definitely. We went about producing this album 40 Days and 40 Nights a whole different way than I went about At the Speed of Light. Whereas we worked on songs before we even named the album. Right. And then we had to find songs that would kind of fit and not sound like each other, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's not one song on that album that sounds like one you heard before or one that's on it already. You know
Why 40 Days and 40 Nights? Why that name for the album?
Well, before we named the album, we had done two cuts called Chamber Music, and the other one was called Room. And these songs were just so big to us that we had to hit them with a title of the album that was gonna fit. You know what I'm saying? These songs and the size of what we felt these songs were gonna be. So, you know what I'm saying, 40 Days and 40 Nights is, you know what I'm saying, a parable in the Bible about the storm where God was unhappy what was going on in the face of the earth. So he flooded the earth for 40 days and 40 nights to get rid of the wickedness, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we felt like, you know what I'm saying, we're not trying to have no God complex or nothing like that, but it was just the equivalent, how we trying to come into the game this time.
Okay.
You know?
Now, what's your whole relationship with the alcoholics, the whole liquor scene?
Those are my family. You know what I'm saying? Alcoholics are tight. You know, they had faith in me when nobody else did. You know what I'm saying? I started out going out on the road, just carrying crates and just basically opening up, coming out with Rico, busting my little freestyle, and basically starting from the ground up. So it was always work. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
Much love to the alcoholics. Look at Rico macking like we doing a video. All we need is like a bottle and just, look at him. Lost picking up six from Oceanside. 902 Ghetto, baby. Rap City style.